Hi everyone. You might be wondering, why do we need to study business ethics if we are not majoring in philosophy or psychology or any of the sciences that we tend to associate with moral and ethical reasoning? My explanation may be easier to understand with the news this week. Watch the video, The VW Emissions Scandal Explained. The link is on this slide. One of the largest, most prestigious automakers was found to be manipulating their data about the emissions on diesel vehicles. They basically designed a software that knew when the car was being tested for emissions and gave a lower reading than the actual emissions of the car. With the low emission diesels, they were able to capture part of the global market of environmentally conscious drivers. This was all a deception though, and the United States Environmental Protection Agency, also known as EPA, found out. Next, look at the headline I copy-pasted. Think about this headline. Criminal charges. Not civil charges, but criminal, someone actually could go to jail charges. Why? Because the United States Justice Department has found that VW knew the software was designed to give inaccurate information and chose to hide this knowledge. The investment bank Credit Suisse estimates that this scandal is going to cost VW between 20 billion euros, around $22 billion, and 78 billion euros, or $88 billion. If you look at this graph, you're going to see the bare estimate, the worst case scenario, on the left, and the bullseye, the best case scenario for VW, on the right side. Ponder those numbers for a moment. The best case is that Volkswagen only spends $22 billion with a B to move on from this scandal. Let's look some more. The Wen lawsuit. If you watch the Wen infomercials, you're familiar with this no poo or no shampoo hair cleanser. Despite the testimonial from celebrities in these infomercials, customers have sued Wen because they allege it made them lose their hair. Part of the controversy is that the company has not voluntarily withdrawn the product, and the Food and Drug Administration has no legal standing to force a recall. If you click the headline in this slide, you can see a video with more information. The next two headlines are about the same company. This one is tremendous. It's a company called Valeant, one of the most valuable pharmaceutical companies of the last couple of years. And it has been in the news in the past 6 months for things like this. Price gouging, in which they raise the price of life-saving drugs by 5,000%. 5,000%. As if this weren't enough, they also could have been manipulating their books, committing accounting fraud. That's why their share price has plunged 30%. Again, if you click those headlines, you can get more information about this news. The respected Wall Street Journal, which is one of the most important daily business newspapers, has a very nice article explaining why is it necessary to understand ethics, learn ethics, history of ethics when you are a business person. Without this knowledge, you don't have the language, the theories to evaluate ethical decisions from many different perspectives. We need to get that foundation of core concepts and vocabulary that the Wall Street Journal is talking about. In order to do this, I have identified an excellent website with short videos that explain very well the concepts I would like for you to understand. So in this module, we're going to try a variety of ways to understand these important foundational concepts. Since we don't have a textbook, I have also found some readings that explain the history of business ethics and some of the context of business ethics today. This reading is called The Ethical Enterprise, and it is in course 10. For Unit 1.1, I would like you to watch all the videos and then do the discussion question, Law versus Ethics. Use these questions as a basis for a post on the Law versus Ethics discussion board. You don't have to hit on all of them, but you do need to use them as a foundation, a starting point for your post. The final assessment of this unit is the movie The Inside Job. This is a full-feature documentary that has won numerous accolades. Many of you were young when the financial crisis hit the US in 2008, and so you might not be fully aware of what happened. What some of you might know, though, is that people lost their jobs, their homes, their livelihoods, entire neighborhoods were wiped out, and we're still feeling the consequences 8 years later. I think this movie presents some important lessons about the potential repercussions of unethical behavior. I hope this overview has helped you to understand better why I planned this module and why a foundation in ethical theories is the prerequisite for good corporate social responsibility.